You found your way here to Waking Up with Ryan. I'm so glad that you pushed play. This is the place you and I come to wake up together. So let's take a deep breath and begin. Good morning, my love. Stop trying to be perfect, please. Because no amount of doing is ever going to make you perfect. You're on a journey of awakening. And I need you to understand that there is no destination. There is, as they say, no there where you think you're trying to get there. You're trying to become perfect, get to some destination over there. What you are going to find is that there is no there. Because awakening is not a destination. Awakening, remembering who you truly are, is the journey you're already on right now. And I think this gets quite confusing because you and I read the spiritual masters who are all writing and teaching from a place of already being awake, whether it's Eckhart Tolle or Ramana Maharshi or teachings from the Buddha or Christ or any of these great enlightened masters. They're teaching from a place where they're already awake. And so you and I tend to look at those enlightened masters and tell a story about what they are, who they are. I'm thinking about one of my teachers, Gangaji, awake. And she talks about how people tend to project on her what they see, this awake, perfect being, this teacher. And what she says is, honey, that's a projection that you're putting on me. I don't think of myself in those ways because part of being awake is you don't think of yourself as much. And I think for me, one of the most important things with you is to share with you the journey that I'm on every day through the struggles of being human and having a body and being a parent and being a husband and trying to make money and live in this world and deal with the insanity of the ego. And, one of the things about kind of remembering who you are, what does that really mean? It's that moment that I guarantee, I know you've experienced it because you wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you haven't. That moment where you recognize you are more than what you thought you were. You're more than your body. And on top of that, you recognize that you are connected to something invisible and visible that loves you and supports you. That is, you are connected to life itself. You're connected to something beyond your understanding. You're connected to spirit, to life. That's the beautiful part of waking up. But there's this very real human, messy part, which is that even with the remembering of who you truly are and that connection, that aha moment that you've had, the messy part is that the ego identity, the ego mind, is still talking. It's still in charge of your thoughts. It's still interpreting everything you see. It's still creating a lens through which you're seeing life. And that is really confusing. And then you listen to these enlightened beings who pretty much have washed off the ego. And you're like, I want to get there. I want to get there, which is just more thoughts coming from your ego, that messy part. So what I want you to recognize today is that there's the idea that you need to do more to become something is a huge part of the problem. What I want you to do is embrace this moment exactly as it is. Byron Katie wrote a beautiful book called Loving What Is. She says, the only time you suffer is when you believe a thought that you haven't questioned. I'll say that again. The only thing that causes you suffering, not pain, pain is a real experience that happens, whether it's physical or emotional, but the suffering comes from believing thoughts that you're not questioning. Those are the thoughts that are telling you stories about how something should be different and how you should be different. Meaning, those are the thoughts that are telling you life should be different, these circumstances should be different, and I should be different inside of them. And those are the thoughts that need to be questioned so that you can be with what is, so that you can love what is, so that you can embrace the moment right now of the journey that you're on and relax. Let yourself calm down. Let yourself let go of the thought that I have to keep driving myself for more growth, more work, more betterment. And instead, relax back into where you are right now. Because where you are right now is where the universe is. The universe knows exactly how to utilize where you are, what the conflicts are, what the relationships are in your life right now for your benefit, benevolently, for your growth, for your expansion, for your abundance. You telling yourself the story that things should be different is literally like unplugging yourself from the energy that is right here, right now, saying to you, babe, relax, surrender. Give me permission to come in, right? That's the universe speaking. The universe is saying to you, give me permission to come in right here. Stop paying attention to your interpretations about what's happening. Be with what's happening. Invite me into it. Recognize that it all has a purpose and a need in your life, and that I, being the universe, I am here to guide your steps, to bring the people you need to move through this with grace, and miracles happen. All a miracle is a collapse of time that happens as a result in you shifting your thinking from fear to love. From this should be different to I embrace this as it is right now. It's actually perfect, even though it might suck. It's okay. And I invite this. I remember who I am, right? That's the shift in thinking from fear to love. I remember who I am. I remember what I'm connected to. And I allow that to come in, to intercede into this moment and do its thing. Before you start every single day, it's really important that you embrace where you're at right now exactly as it is. So let's have a practice to do that together. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Beautiful. And for just a moment, let yourself be exactly where you are, exactly as you are, with whatever is arising, letting go of needing anything to be different. Let's take a breath. Exhaling as you surrender into the present moment, what is here right now. Recognizing that right here, right now, at this moment in your journey, your life is the raw material. Exactly as it is, whether you like it or not. It's the raw material, it's the raw clay that either you can shape from your fearful, judging, not enough, wounded self, or you can surrender and invite the universe to shape that clay for you, to shape your life for you, through you. I prefer the latter because for me, it has brought miracles. It has brought manifestations that are beyond what I could have even imagined. Let's take a deep breath and let it go. Into this brilliantly loving, abundant universe, we say, repeat after me if you'd like, dear universe, I surrender to your path. I welcome you into my life to make your way into my mind and into my circumstances, to shape them as you would have. Take a breath. Let it go. Dear universe, repeat after me. I'm willing to remember who I am. I'm willing to know how supported I am and all beings are. I'm willing to be shown how you would have me move through this situation, through my life. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your inspiration. And thank you for your love. Let's take a deep breath. And let it go. Lastly, dear universe, I surrender to you what I think about my life and about myself. I surrender to you the thoughts of who I should be. I surrender to you the thoughts of where my life should be now. And I embrace everything as it is. Show me the way. Thy will be done. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take one more deep breath and let it go. When you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. Beautiful. Now you're ready to kill it today. You're not alone. Loving you from here. Hi, I hope you're feeling even just a little bit more prepared to take on the day. But before you go, I'd love to hear from you. And you can send me a voice note by going to my website, wakingupwithryan.com. Scroll down to the section that says, Send Ryan a voice note. Tap the button to leave me a voice message with a question you have, maybe a relationship challenge you're having, or a spiritual hang-up, some kind of an emotional struggle. Any topic that you'd love for me to address on the podcast, I want to hear from you. Loving you from here.